What's going on, YouTube? And all you YouTubers out there. I'm coming out with this because I got a lot to say about this whole situation that's going on in the United States. A lot of us are. Now with social media, now we have a platform, we have a voice. And no, my platform may not be big as others. Doesn't mean that I can't help my brothers and sisters. If I can share information to help with the fight, because knowledge and information is very key and very important in this day and time now. You got a lot of bullshit that's going on out there. You got to weed through the bullshit to figure out what's going on and to stay focused in this fight. We got a long way to go. Police reform, that's just a tip of the iceberg, because you still got to deal with racism on the level of lawyers. You still got to deal with the racism on the level of the coroner's office, racism on the level of judges, racism on the level of politicians, and the political level all the way up to the top. And then you still got to deal with the racism in banking, in the industry. Every asset in every arena in America, there's racism, because you have a race of people who don't want to change. But yet now it seems like there are a lot more that are helping us in this fight. I'm seeing white folks out there. They're saying that this is injustice, needs to stop. I live outside the United States of America now. I've been out for 20 years. Out here, white supremacy don't exist. For a black man, there are less hurdles to go over. Now, I'm not saying this is for everybody. For some that can get out, get out. But yet, still at the same time, I'm still connected to my brothers and sisters in the States. I'm still connected to y'all, and I'm gonna help y'all fight, even though I'm on another soil. You know, black folk, it's time to wake up. It is time to wake up, and when I mean wake up, it is time for us to start bickering, to stop bickering with one another. And it's time to start weeding out those, because we got a lot of them Sambos and Mammies, and they out for themselves. Candace Owens, Gayle King, Oprah Winfrey, they out for them. They looking out for them because they getting good scraps off the master's table. So they find it easier just to go along with the flow, but it's hurting us. And yeah, at every turn, fight. So what? She's an eloquent speaker. She's being used by them white folk, because you see, ever since we got over here, they have villainized black men, especially back in the 20s and the 30s and before that. From slave time up till about 1950s, it was acceptable in white society to villainize black men, especially. They villainized the black women too, but more so the black men. Now we're in a day and a time where that's not acceptable. And when you see, white folks won't do it out and out now because of the political landscape, the social landscape, and how things have changed. But what they do, they use other blacks to say what they want to say about us. And you got plenty of black folk out there that will throw another black man under the bus just to get a Happy Meal. Yeah, fight at every turn on that. Okay, fight at every turn on that. At the same time, I'm seeing this mess going on, and you got a lot of support, because I live outside the United States. People in China, people in Japan, people in Europe, people in Canada, they protesting for us. All right, there was a protest here in Vancouver, Canada the other day. 10,000 strong showed up. We got support, okay? And they have to keep that up. But at the same time, I have to say, black folk, you know, we're always asking the white man to stop. He ain't gonna stop. You got to bring him to his knees. How you bring white America to their knees is you got to hit them in the pocketbook. You say, well, we ain't got no money. Yeah, well, you know, I have to defer to that, and I have to I have to say no, I believe wrong on that. And the reason why I say that, because I've done some research. Black folks annually spend $1.6 trillion on consumer goods in the United States. That's just black folk. We only make up 13% of the population in the United States of America, and we spend $1.6 trillion on consumer goods in the United States. That's going in the pockets of the white folk. Gonna have to boycott. You don't think that ain't no power? Yeah, you can bring somebody to the table, because there ain't nothing that says you ain't getting my money. You can bring them to their knees. That's a lot of money. That's more than a lot of nations' GDP. And you're gonna have to start doing something to get them to the table. And that ain't gonna be much. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to get a list of the companies that support white supremacy, and you're gonna have to boycott them. You'll bring them to their knees, because you know what? Missing $1.7 trillion, oh yeah, they'll see that. But you're gonna have to come together. Y'all gonna have to be disciplined. Brothers, you youngsters, y'all need to quit doing that bullshit out in the street. I just listened to a Minister Farrakhan talking, and I get on some of you black folk, and I do this because I love y'all. We need to stop doing that hood shit and make an excuse, well, we ain't got no choice. I understand that. I don't walk the mile in your shoes. I'm from the hood. I'm from down in the dirty South. I'm from Texas. I know. But we're going to have to change our strategy for this fight. You see? And Farrakhan had said about brothers killing brothers, black on black crime. That's something that needs to be addressed. And why? Because you are giving them the fuel to pick us off. It gives them an extra reason to round us up and to put us into private prisons. Don't you understand that the private prison system in the United States, they're making money off us. We ain't nothing but commodities to them. That's what I was trying to tell the Mexican folk. You are looked at as a commodity. They saw Mexican people and said, oh yeah, that's two for the price of one. Why? Because they know you'll work harder for less money, and they make a profit off of you. But now, since that money dried up, now they want the Mexicans out of here. They can't get rid of the Negroes, so what they're going to do, they're going to round up as many Negroes as they can and put them into private prisons. Why? Because the shareholders need to make their money. And guess who is in that too? The music industry. That's why they sign these artists that talk about bullshit. You black folk need to start wising up and start boycotting even some of your own folk that are helping your demise. See, garbage in, garbage out. When you fill your mind with bullshit and garbage and hood shit all day long, that's what you gonna act like. And them crackers gonna keep rounding you brothers up. And once you get your doggone police record, you can't go nowhere. You can't get your passport. You stuck on a plantation. You can't be doing that. You have to change your strategy. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. You in the boxing ring trying to fight the white man the same old way, and you keep losing the rounds. You got to change your strategy. You got to change your thinking. Yeah, you need to go into school and get them A's and them B's, so you can start dropping them A's and them B's. I keep saying that to y'all, man. Come on. It's not gonna get any better. And what I mean, it's not gonna get any better at the same old thing that we keep doing over and over. Asking a white man for this, asking a white Hollywood to recognize me. They ain't gonna recognize you. Get your own. Quit going to them asking. They're not gonna give it to you. You're gonna have to take it. They took us from Africa. What, you think they're gonna went to Africa and ask, do you want to be a slave and come over here to America? No, they took us. So guess what? We're gonna have to take for us. Don't overcome evil with evil, overcome evil with good. And like Dr. Cornel West said the other day, we're gonna keep loving. I don't hate no white folk. I don't even hate them racists. I find them bullies. And I will fight a bully. I'll beat a bully down in a minute. I don't hate that man. I'm telling him, get up off my neck. But you brothers and sisters, quit gaming on them brothers, trying to take what little money they got. And brothers, y'all need to quit leaving them sisters hanging. Hey, you get a girl pregnant, that's your responsibility, young black man. You need to raise your children. Because you know what? We need some positive male role models out here, black man, young black man. I'm telling you that right now. We need some positive male role models. And sisters, I'm going to tell you another thing. If you got a good man, that's his role that God gave him. You got to get off that platform and let that man be that man and fulfill that role. All right? You know, I ain't going to be on here too long. I have some other stuff that I will come on here with. But that's one of the things we need to start changing the strategy. Start changing the strategy. All right? I love you, brothers and sisters. Be strong. All right? Oh, yeah, P.S. for this. P.S. I'm going to tell you something right here. Black folk, you need to go back and get in the house of the Lord. And I ain't talking about playing church. I'm talking about you need to go back and follow the Lord. He hears the cries. But you know what? God is not going to do anything unless you ask his help. And I'll say why? Because God has given us free will. He wants us to come to him. That's all you got to do. You need to go to him. And he will. He did it with the Israelites. If you don't know about that, go read the story about Moses. In the time that they were slaves in Egypt for 400 years, God answered. If God is no respecter of person. All right? The Lord is no respecter of person. He ain't going to do something for one person and leave another group hanging on the wayside. For he said, those that call upon the name of the Lord shall not be disappointed. That means you too, brother. That means you too, sister. The answers that you got and the way we've been dealing with this has not worked, and it will not work. Yes, you can change your strategy, but overall, the Lord is going to avenge those, for it is written in the Word of God. He said that. He said, it is a righteous thing for God to repay those who cause you trouble. But you got to go to him. This ain't no religious thing. This is personal. He will help you out, but he's not going to make you do it. That is a choice that you have to make for yourself. Peace. I'm out.